It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The Untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing games are missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. All right, so somehow, I don't know how this even slipped through the cracks. Nobody brought it to my attention. I didn't see it on Twitter, but I'm just now seeing it, and I figure, you know what? It's always better late than never to get this documented because, you know, we document boxing on a day-to-day basis here on True School Sports. Now, we've talked about this at length with Terence Crawford and Jaron Ennis. There's so much BS when it comes to this, and truth be told, I'm a huge fan of both fighters. I've spent money to watch both of them fight. I've met both of them in real life before. I've interviewed them both on one occasion. I'm a huge fan. There really are no two welterweights in the world that I like as much as far as in the ring than Jaron Ennis and Terence Crawford. So I've been saying it since before Crawford and Spence was even made. I said it back then, even when Spence had 3 belts. Crawford and Spence is not number 1 versus number 2. Crawford and Spence is number 1 versus number 3 because I thought Crawford was the best and I thought Spence was the third best, irrespective of the belts he had, right? So I've always, for the last probably 2 years, I viewed Crawford and Ennis as the fight at welterweight. And, you know, Boots had his chances to try to make the fight. He was getting overpaid by Steven Espinoza and Showtime. He wanted to be loyal to Steven Espinoza and Showtime. So when BOK Prime came knocking on the door with an opportunity, they didn't really give it much thought, right? And in saying that, I mean Ennis, Mr. Bosey, the fine folks there, right? So from Terrence's standpoint, Boots turned on the fight twice, right? But at the same time, even before any of that BOK Prime stuff, I've watched Terence Crawford many times over the years. I've watched Terence Crawford. I've been watching Terence Crawford longer than a lot of you guys have been fans of him. And he's always had energy for every fighter. But even before the BOK Prime stuff, I just remember anytime he would be asked about Boots, I have never seen Terence Crawford so overly dismissive of any fighter in boxing. All right? That's just the truth. Not to say that he wouldn't fight him. I'm just saying, like, the energy he had for Spence and the energy he had for Sean Porter and back in the day of Victor Postal and Gamboa and Ray Beltran. I'm not seeing that familiar energy when it comes to Jaron Ennis, right? So, look, I'm a big believer in redemption. You know, I'm a Christian, right? So I believe in repenting. I believe that you can make mistakes in life and come back and redeem yourself. I know Crawford is a man of God. I believe Boots might even be a man of God too, right? Because I seen him tweet before on Twitter, you know, had a good day in church today, things like that, right? So I don't know what his background is, but I know he is a man of some sort of faith, right? So I feel like, look, the past is a past. Like, whatever happened with BOK Prime, that's what happened in the past. Whatever Terrence feels about that in the past, it happened in the past. The reality is, right now, in this current landscape of the welterweight division, there is no better fight than Terence Crawford versus Jaron Ennis. There's none. His boy, and I'm going to say his boy because they're like friends at this point, Errol Spence and Terence Crawford. When you make that much money together, that guy's your friend, right? His friend, Errol Spence, had to get a cataract surgery. So he's going to be out for some time. And even when he come back, he might not be able to fight at 47. And Crawford hasn't vacated them titles yet. So he don't want to fight Teofimo Lopez because, truth be told, that's the fight I love to see. But he's dismissing that. I haven't really heard him say too much as far as fighting Tim Tszyu or anything like that. So my thing is with Crawford, it's like, come on, you say you get active, right? You say Team Crawford get active, right? Okay, you got a guy at Ennis. You see what it says there. He said, you send it, I'll sign it. Simple as. I feel like Terrence, they say 3's a magic number. They say Boots stuck the fight twice. Okay, 3 is a magic number. Let's pull that card for the 3rd time. Because look, it's easy to say, because the reality is, let's just be honest. Even if Boots would have accepted the fight with Crawford back then with BOK Prime before the Spence fight, would he really, are we really that sure it would have happened with the Spence fight still on the table? Because remember, the Spence fight was always the legacy fight with Crawford, with all the history, with all the belts on the line, with all the chit-chatting from the Spence fans, you know? So that was always going to be the fight. So even if it was somewhat of a possibility, it's not 100% certain that the fight still would have went through. Maybe Terence Crawford still would have fought Spence. We don't know, right? I feel like now with Spence, the Spence fight already happening, that legacy fight being happened, Crawford's legacy fully being cemented in the sport, everything at this point, Terence Crawford is playing with house money. Let's be real. Terence Crawford in his life and in his career is playing with house money. This is a guy that got shot in the head, top rank, once thought he was a thug and wasn't going to be much. Right? It wasn't until he started sparring Tim Bradley that top rank thought he'd be anything. Then he became champion. He became champion the hard way. Had to go to Scotland, beat Ricky Burns, prove himself time and time again, right? So for him to even be at this point to be a one-time champion, let alone a three-time champion, be an undisputed champion, Terence Crawford is feared by God, and he's playing with house. Anything that happens after the Spence fight in his career, he's playing with house money. That's how I look at it for him. There is no better fight in the welterweight division. I don't care how he wants to rationalize it. Yes, we know you proved yourself. Yes, you're a future Hall of Famer. Yes, you're arguably the best pound-for-pound fighter in the sport today. Arguably the most dominant fighter in the sport today with the guys like Inoue and Better Biev and them kind of guys, right? But this is the reality is, listen, if I'm wrong, the chat tell me and Crawford tell me, anybody from Team Crawford tell me, what's a better fight currently in the welterweight division than Jaron Ennis for Terence Crawford? Is it Giovanni Santillon? Is it Jin Sasaki? He gonna fight my boy Trayshawn Wiggins? I don't think that's gonna happen, right? The fights ain't gonna happen. Them fights ain't gonna make no money for Terence Crawford, right? He gonna fight Mario Barrios? No. He gonna fight Teofimo Lopez? No. So my thing, let's be in my Bill Haney voice. Let's talk like bosses. You got the youngest boss in the game. True school sports. Give you guys advice, right? Let's be gentlemen. Let's be tactful and let's be wise here. For not just for our sakes, not just for the sake of the fighters' families and their futures, but for the health of the sport. That's a great fight. Like Jaron Ennis, I don't care. I don't give a damn about his resume. In terms of skill set and style, there is no fighter Terence Crawford has ever fought with his blend of size, athleticism, youth, punching power, boxing skills, confidence, defense, swag. I mean, every attribute you want to name, Boots has it all to give Terence Crawford the toughest fight he can possibly have at 47. And so my thing is, Terence is playing with house money. He's proven himself as the best welterweight of his era. But my thing is, why not fight Boots? Why not? I mean, you haven't said as much as far as fighting Teofimo Lopez. You're not going to do that. Haka herself, who I interviewed, already dismissed that, so that's not happening. Jermell Charlo, nobody wants to see that anymore because he sold his soul for the Canelo check and didn't even try, and then he's over here got bigger problems than boxing with beating up his girl and whatnot. You're not going to fight Virgil next. Tim Tszyu could be realistic. I would accept that. That's a great fight. If he said he was going to do that, I wouldn't fault him. That's a great fight, but that he trying to fight Virgil. So my thing is, if not Boots, then who? If not Boots, then who? The past is a past. Let's leave it there. Pull his card again. Let's see if it's true. He said, you send it, I'll sign it. 2024, man. Got to make it happen. I felt like if Terence Crawford were to beat Jaron Ennis, what a way to go out. What a way that would be to go out. Beat the youngest, baddest welterweight in the game right now that nobody wants to fight. Or I wouldn't say nobody, but most of the top guys, I'll say. I'm sure there's some guys in the lower top 15. Like, there's guys like Trayshawn Wiggins and people like that will fight him. I'm talking about the guys at the top levels of the welterweight division. The creme of the creme. Them guys haven't really expressed, like, a massive interest to fight Boots. And even when the BOK Prime thing happened, we know that there were negotiations ongoing with Crawford and Spence. So it's like, even if he would have fought him, like, even if Boots would have been up for it, and they would have been, there's no guarantee it would have happened for sure. So my thing is, I think now the fight's in a much better position to happen, and the picture is clearer than ever that this is, without a shadow of a doubt, the best fight to make in the welterweight division. So there you have it. Jaron Ennis is saying it simply. You send it, I'll sign it, and we'll see how things develop if anything comes of this. But let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think in the comments down below? Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just kidding dang it. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.